Hello there, it's Paul here again with a little video that I wanted to make to try and show the differences between some of the loafers that I have. And firstly, what we'll do is we'll show you the original Frank Wright loafer, which I believe sort of stands on its own really, and I'll show you the reason why. Okay. Now, what we have here is a burgundy or oxblood Frank Wright, probably about mid-70s, and as you can see, very square on the toe, and some sort of quite sort of Scottishy kind of tassels there, and underneath we have where you put the penny, and also notice here the 3-minute timer, and also the width of the strap that goes across. Okay, the stitching on the front is quite a bit different as well from a lot of the other ones. The tongue is quite high and not turned over, it's just a single piece of leather. The sole is of a resin. These ones I've had re-heeled because the original ones, they wear out very very quickly, and I didn't want to damage this part of the heel, so I had a guy do that for me. And apart from the rest of the sole is original, all the stitching is intact, and it's hardly any wear at all really. So they're the Frank Wrights. Now we're going to compare this to a Loke Brighton. Now, for me, the difference is a lot of difference. For a start, the shape and the width of the heel is quite a lot compared to the Frank Wright. The length is quite a bit different. There's no stitching at the back there. Okay, and the tongue bit here is sort of wrapped round and goes into the feathering. Okay, unlike the Frank Wright, which is just a single piece of leather. Also, the strap that goes across is quite narrow here, whereas on the Frank Wright it's very wide. The tassels are completely different. Okay, they're bunched up, and there's this feather in here, which isn't on the Frank Wright. Okay, a lot different. And of course, on the Frank Wright you've got the penny slot there. So for me, yeah, they're both tassel loafers. They're completely different in my book, really. So the Frank Wright is on its own, and there's not many. I haven't seen any loafers really that are the same as the Frank Wright. Yes, they're all tassel loafers, and they're all got these sort of mod rude boy skinhead tag to them, but they're completely different. Okay, now we're going to compare the Loke Brighton with a Warrior. Now, here we have very similar shoes. Construction is quite the same. Both got a leather sole, but although this is a stitch sole, it's not Goodyear welted. Okay. The Goodyear welted is to do with the construction inside, and these are not the same. Okay, although they're leather stitch soles, not Goodyear. So if anyone says that they're a Goodyear welted sole, they're not. All right. The tongue bit here, very similar, not quite as pronounced as what's on the Loke. The feathering's similar. The Loke is a little bit sort of longer, I suppose, and on the tassel, this is like a shoelace bit there, whereas this is leather. The toes are a lot different. Okay, there's one there, and there's the Brighton. The Brighton's more sort of slightly more pointier. Very similar. These are more comfortable. The Warriors are more comfortable than the than the Loke. The Lokes do take a heck of a lot of wear in him. They're a slightly thicker leather as well. Construction wise, I would say the Loke's got the edge construction wise, but these are great. I really like these ones. Right, okay. Now we have the Delicious Junction Rude Boy. Now these are a good shoe. Quality wise, probably the least out of the three here. The soles on these wear out really quickly, and I just put a rubber sole over the top there. The leather is not quite as good grade as what the other ones are, and they do wear out really quickly. This is quite a nice little touch. The leather heel with the rubber bit there. They're not too bad. They wear out okay. Good thing about these, the colour's really nice as well. The tasseling and the feathering is slightly less quality, and they do sort of curl up quite easily. They're really comfy though. They're probably the most comfiest ones next to the all-nighters, which are very similar. Probably made in the same factory, I'd imagine. But they are a cheaper version of a Loke, really. The stitching around here, the beef roll, is a cheaper way of doing it. If you compare it to the actual the Warriors is nice and neat and smooth, same as the Loke, which is quite a smooth. But the on these, it's a cheaper way of manufacturing, because all they do is they put two pieces of leather together and they stitch them around. That's all they do. But with these ones, there's more care and attention taken with the actual detailing. All right. So there you have it. 4 pairs of tasseled loafers. There isn't really any out there that are the same as the Frank Wrights, as in detail wise and shape wise. They're completely different in my book. These three are similar. The Loke being the better quality one out of all of them, with the Warrior very, very close behind, and unfortunately the Delicious Junction is a little bit further down the line. But they're still a good shoe. 70, 80 quid, they're still a good shoe. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Cheers. Bye.